A sunny Sunday morning in May 2010. I was running in the forest near my home. The sunshine filtered through the bright green spring leaves and dappled the ground. My mind was busy with my plans. I felt happy and excited. I had finally decided to follow my dream and had resigned my job to go freelance. I was passionate about my work, but I wanted more time for my other passions, including running. I had already run 2 marathons and was training for Berlin Marathon later that year. I love running. When I run, I feel as though my body's doing what it's meant to do, that the physical, emotional, and rational melt seamlessly together. If I'm stressed, I feel better. If I have a problem or I'm looking for inspiration, I find my solutions. Running always gives me energy and strength. The last day of that month was to be the last day of my old life, and it was. By some freakish coincidence, that day I was told I had cancer. I was in shock. It didn't make any sense, and the only relief I could find was when I was running, when for a few moments I felt calm and control of my thoughts. I couldn't imagine how I would get through the coming months without that, and so I decided that no matter what, I would keep on running. Chemo was hell, a bit like a bad hangover, one that goes on and on and on, relentlessly. I would wake up every morning feeling so bad that I really wished I hadn't. Nausea, a bad taste, food was so disgusting I really had to force myself to eat. Heartburn, constipation, infections, pain, fatigue, forgetfulness, confusion. I would get lost going home from the hospital despite my frequent visits. But I kept on running. I would force myself off the sofa, put on my kit, and head out. The first steps were always awful. Everything hurt. I could hardly breathe. But then the endorphins would kick in, and it felt like it always did, only better. My body could still do what it was meant to do. I was moving. I felt alive. A few days before Christmas, I finished treatment, and I got the news that I was in remission. It should have been great, right? And of course it was. But physically and emotionally, I was a wreck. But I knew the strength that running gave me, so I made the decision that I was going to run Berlin Marathon in a few months' time. Total madness. You bet I came to regret that decision 1,000,000 times in the next months. But I started training seriously again. It was torture in the beginning, but gradually I could run longer and faster. And as my legs got stronger, running began to work its magic. I started to believe in myself again, to see myself as a strong, capable person and not as a cancer patient. 9 months after finishing treatment, I crossed the finishing line of Berlin Marathon. A year on, and my life is back on track. I'm living my dream. And I believe that if I hadn't kept on running, while the cancer would still have been cured, I would never have fully regained my strength. My message isn't about cancer, and it's not specifically about running either. It doesn't matter how we move our bodies. The important thing is that we do move them, not just for our physical fitness, but to keep our minds and our feelings strong and healthy too. What I learned is that no matter what life throws at us, no matter how overwhelming it may seem, physical activity is absolutely indispensable for our overall well-being. As Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going. I did, and so can you. Thank you.